the Oakley Plainsmen. Starting lineups for the Lady Reds going to be number 10, the junior Leah McKelvey, number 11, the senior Parker Atwood, number 13, the junior Zoe Nixon, number 5, the freshman Turner Rentschler, number 12, the junior Kaylin Iflin, and number 24, the freshman Tatum Rentschler. For Oakley, it looks like it's going to be number 4, the sophomore Alexa Weiser, number 6, the junior Jocelyn Ritter, number 5, the junior Peyton Kuhlman, number 23, the senior Bryn Johnson, number 19, the junior Maddie Krotz. And I believe that is 6, if I did my math correctly. But if there's someone else, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Libero for the Lady Red, number 7, the senior Lily Highland. As you can see, you're making her way onto the court, replacing Miss McKelvey. And it looks like also for the Plainsmen, we have number 27, the junior Kylie Hodges. And on the sideline there, the libero for Oakley is going to be the senior, number 3, Mary Carmen. And she's going to come in quickly for Ritter. So in the front row for the Lady Red, it's going to be Iflin, Turner, and Tatum Rentschler. In the back row, it will be Atwood, Highland, and Nixon. Back to serve for the Plainsmen is going to be Ritter. Serve there received by Highland, set by Tatum for Zoe. Nixon's hit there is going to start this game off hot for the Lady Red with a kill. Lady Red get the first points of this ball game, and they're going to make a quick substitution. In comes number 25. She is a sophomore, Carper Franklin, and she will be replacing Turner. And she will also be back to serve for the Lady Red. Serve there is received by the Plainsmen. Back set here is hit and saved by Franklin. Hit up by Tatum for Atwood. Atwood's hit is going to find a gap, but it will make its way over. Good awareness here by Iflin. Nixon will tip it over. Oakley can get to that one. Back set here. Spike across, saved by Iflin. Hit up by Tatum for Parker. Atwood's shot is saved after it's tipped at the net. This one here tipped and saved by Highland. Passed by Franklin. Nixon will just hit that one over, and it's saved by the Plainsmen. Spike here is blocked by Nixon and Iflin. Another block here, tipped at the net by Nixon. The set here by Iflin for Atwood. Long volley here as Oakley will get a chance to hit it again. This time a tip. Highland to Iflin for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's hit is going to be saved by Oakley. Another set here and another hit, and that one is down. The sophomore Weiser with a hard spike, and Oakley will win that long volley and will score their first point of the game. And we'll tie it back up. Back to serve for the Plainsmen is Hodges. Serve is received by Franklin, set by Tatum for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's hit is down. Hard kill. And she was fired up after that one, as she should be. Hard kill there by Nixon that gives the Lady Red the lead back, and she'll go to the bench as Leah McKelvey is going to come in on the front row. Highland back to serve for the Lady Red, and that will be an ace after it was mishandled by Oakley, and that'll be another Lady Red point as they get a 2-point lead here. 3-1 Lady Red lead in this first set. Highland retaining the serve. Good serve there is out just a little bit off the back line, so it's going to be a Plainsman point. Substitution now, as it looks like Krotz came out and in came number 5. Doesn't matter. Serve is received by Highland, set by Iflin for McKelvey. Leah's hit is saved by Oakley. This set here is going to go right in between some Plainsman blockers, and that is going to be an Oakley point, and they tie this game back up at 3. And back to serve now for the Plainsmen is going to be Carmen. Her serve is received by Franklin, set by Highland for McKelvey. Leah's tip is going to go way out of bounds. She put a little too much mustard on that one, and Oakley is going to get the point and will get a lead back. Carmen's service up, and it is received by Highland, set by Tatum for McKelvey. Leah's hit there, saved by Oakley. Back set here. That one there is saved by Franklin, set by Tatum. Her back set of her own, and that one's blocked at the net by And Iflin now will hit this one over for Atwood. Atwood's tip, we'll say, was not touched. And that will be 4 hits for the Lady Red. Oakley now jumping out to a little bit of a lead. Lady Red need to side out as Carmen is back to serve. Serve is received by Highland a little awkwardly here as Tatum sets that one up for Atwood. Atwood's hit saved by Oakley. Oakley with a back row hit, saved by Highland, hit up by Tatum. That one's going to go into the net and be a little awkward for Leah to handle. So that's going to be another Plainsman point. Carmen still retaining the serve for Oakley. Serve is received by Iflin, set up by Tatum for Atwood in the middle. That tip there is blocked at the net. That one there, that hit there by Oakley was saved by Franklin as Leah hits that one across court, and that's going to be a point for Lady Red, and they get that desperately needed side out. Couple substitutions now as Iflin's going to come out. In's going to come number 9, the sophomore Danny Archer. Also coming out is Tatum Ranchler, and she'll be replaced in the front row by number 22, the sophomore Emerson Lehman. Archer back to serve for the Lady Red. Good serve there, received by the Plainsman. Set here is going to be hit a little awkwardly, so the Lady Red will be able to easily save that one as Franklin sets that one up for Atwood. Atwood's hit saved by Oakley. Middle set here. That one's going to fall right in front of Franklin, and that hit there by number 23, Bryn Johnson, the senior, will fall, and Oakley will get the 3-point lead back. Oakley is leading 7-4 in this first set. Back to serve now for him is going to be Weiser. Serve there received by Franklin. Hit set up by Highland for Lehman. Lehman's hit tipped at the net, but saved by Oakley. A little battle at the net here. Tipped by Johnson, and that one's going to go off of the shoulder of McKelvey and will be another Plainsman point. Weiser retaining the serve for Oakley. Serve there received by Franklin. Set hit up by Archer for McKelvey. Leah's hit there is off of the blocker, and it is down. Lady Red get the side out and the point back. And that was a big one for the Lady Red. As a substitution made once again, Franklin's going to come back out of the game, and will be replaced by Turner in the front row. Back to serve now is Atwood for the Lady Red. Good serve there by Parker. That one's saved and received by Oakley. As the hit there by Oakley was saved by Highland. Archer will set that one up for Turner. Turner's hit there saved at the net, but they're going to call the Oakley blocker into the net. So the Lady Red are closing this lead down 8-6. Lady Red trail by just 2 in this first set. Atwood retaining the serve. Serve there is a little long, and that's going to be a Plainsman point. Substitution now is Parker is going to come out, and in's going to come number 1, the sophomore, Keely Ochoa. She'll be replacing Atwood in the back row. Back to serve now for Oakley is going to be Kuhlman. As Turner hits that one, and will get set up by Archer. And that one will be a hard hit and a kill by Turner Rentschler. As a substitution now for Lady Red, Highland's going to come out, and Nixon's going to come in on the front row. And looks like that ball got a little wet there as it made its way out of the building. So they're going to get a new ball in. And McKelvey will be back to serve for the Lady Red. Leah's serve is up. It looks good, and it is good as it's received by Oakley. There, joust at the net, won by Turner. And that's going to be another Lady Red point as they close this lead down to 1. 9-8 in this first set. Oakley is leading, but the Lady Red are not far behind as McKelvey retains the serve. Serve there received by the Plainsman. Middle set here. That one's going to be tipped and saved by Archer. Hit up by Lehman for Turner. Turner's hit is going to go. It's going to get deflected off of a Plainsman player and go back on the Lady Red side, but no one was there. So Oakley will get the point. McKelvey now will come out. Highland will come in the back row. And it looks like Johnson is back to serve for the Plainsman. Serve there received by Highland. Hit up by Archer for Nixon. Nixon's hit was just sent right back. And Ochoa is not quite there in time to help out. And that will be a Plainsman point as their lead grows back to 3 once again. Johnson's serve is up now as it's received by Highland. Set by Archer for Nixon. Zoe sit there tipped at the net, and they're going to call her over the line on the bottom. So Oakley is going to get another point. Johnson retaining the serve. Lady Red need a side out here. Highland will receive the serve. Archer will hit it up for Nixon. Zoe's hit is going to go off the net a little awkwardly, and they're going to call that one a lift as Zoe was just trying to get that one over, but she did it illegally. Johnson still with the serve. That one is received this time by Ochoa. Set by Archer for Lehman. Emerson's hit is going to be... she hit that one over, but they're going to call Danny with being over the line. So a couple of Lady Red errors result in a 14-8 deficit here. Johnson serve received by Highland, set by Archer for Turner in the middle. Turner's tip is saved by Oakley. Middle set here is saved by Highland there as Archer sets it up for Turner. Turner's hit's going to go out as she tried a cross-court spike, and that one did not fall. Score is now 15-8. Oakley leading against Smith Center. Lady Red desperately needing the side out. Coming out of that timeout, Lady Red down by 7 in this first set, 15-8. On the court for the Lady Red is going to be Archer, Nixon, and Lehman in the front row. In the back row is going to be Ochoa, Highland, and Turner Rentschler. Back to serve for the Plainsmen is Johnson. Her serve is up, and it's received by Highland, set by Archer for Turner in the middle. Turner's tip is going to be saved by Oakley, as that one's just tipped back over by Oakley. And that one just rolls its way over the net. So Turner's going to get the point and the side out for the Lady Red. There's a couple substitutions made once again for the Lady Red as Archer's going to come out and Iflin's going to come in, replacing her in the front row. And in the back row, Lehman is going to come out and Tatum Rentschler is going to come in. And Tatum will be back to serve. Her serve is up and it looks good as it's received by Oakley. Set here for the outside. That spike looked like that one was Krotz. It's a little outside, so the Lady Red get the point, and they close this lead down to 5. 15-10 in this first set. Lady Red crawling back. Tatum's serve now is up, and it looks good once again as it's received by the Plainsmen. That spike there is saved by Highland, set by Iflin for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's tip is sent right back to the Lady Red side. This time Turner's going to get a swing at it, and that one's going to fall as that one's tipped at the net, and the Plainsman defense just couldn't get to it in time. So the Lady Red are clawing their way back once again. Tatum's serve is received by the Plainsman here, as this is going to be a little bit of a back row spike, but that wasn't enough on it by Kuhlman, and that is going to be a Lady Red point as they bring the lead down to just 3, 15-12. Lady Red are coming back after some strong serving by Tatum. Her serve is up once again, and it's received by the Plainsman. Middle set here. That hit there is going to go outside, and that's going to be another point. Lady Red on a bit of a run here. They were down by 8. Now they're just down by 2. 15-13. Tatum still serving. Another good serve there, received by the Plainsman. Tried to set it over, but Turner said no. Tatum back to Turner. Turner's hit was trying to go cross court, but that one went a little outside. And the Plainsmen are going to get the side out. And actually, never mind, they're going to call that one a tip. So a bit of an error by the Plainsmen will lead to another Lady Red point, as they should be down. Yeah, they're just down by 1. Tatum still back to serve. Serve there received by the Plainsmen. or back row hit here by the Plainsmen as Tatum will set that one up for Turner. Turner's hit saved by Oakley. A quick set over by the Plainsmen as Iflin will set this one up for Nixon. Zoe's tip is going to get saved by the Plainsmen. Long set here is going to be saved by Ochoa, but go back on the Plainsman side. Back set here this time for the Plainsmen, and that hit by Ritter is going to fall as Oakley gets the point. Ritter is going to be back to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's hit is going to fall. That one handled a little awkwardly by the Plainsmen, and that's going to be a kill for Zoe and a point for the Lady Red as they keep this lead to just one. Couple substitutions now as Turner's going to come out, Franklin's going to come in the back row, and in the front row, Ochoa's going to come out, and Atwood's going to come in. Carper now back to serve for the Lady Red. Carper's serve is up, and it looks good as it's received by the Plainsmen. This time set for an outside hit. That's a hard one. Went right at Atwood. That hit there by Weiser is going to be a point for Oakley as they have now reached 17. Score 17-15 in this first set. Lady Red down by just 2. Hodges back to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Atwood, set by Tatum for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's hit is going to be tipped, they say, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Red. And a kill by Nixon as she's going to take a seat now, and McKell's going to replace her in the front row. And this time back to serve is the libero, Lily Highland. Her serve is up, and it is a little long. So Oakley's going to get the point back. We're having a little back and forth match, but the Lady Red just need to claw back and then just run away with this one. Carmen's serve is up, and it's received by Highland, set by Tatum for Atwood on the outside. That one is stuffed by Johnson, and that's going to be another Plainsman point as they grow this lead back to 3. The libero, Carmen, once again back to serve. Her serve is low, and Franklin is barely able to save it, so Leo just have to set that one over, giving the Plainsmen a free ball. Back set here in the middle, and that one's going to fall. That hit by Johnson, and Oakley's opening up this lead a little bit. Lady Red have to side out here. Score is now 20-16. Oakley leading in this first set. Carmen once again back to serve. Her serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for Atwood. Atwood's hit's not even going to make it over, and that's going to be another Plainsman point as the lead is growing once again. Carmen still with the serve. Serve is received by Highland, hit up by Iflin, and Atwood once again cannot get that one over the net. And the Plainsmen have opened up this lead to 6, 22-16 in this first set. Oakley is kind of running away with it. Lady Red have to side out here on Carmen's serve. Serve is received by Franklin a little awkwardly, and they're going to call her for a lift. So that's going to be another point for the Plainsmen. Carmen still with the serve. Serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for McKelvey on the outside. Her hit's tipped at the net and saved by Oakley. This time here, a little double hit there, but that was a little awkward. This Atwood's hit there is tipped at the net and saved by Oakley. This hit there is blocked by Weiser. That one was McKelvey and Iflin. Lady Red get the point and the side out, and they get those subs in as Archer is going to come in for Iflin in the back row, and Lehman's going to come in for Tatum in the front. Danny back to serve for the Lady Red. Her serve is up, and it is barely over the net, but able to be saved by Oakley as they just have to hit that one over again. Lady Red a free ball. Lehman to Archer to McKelvey in the middle. McKelvey's hit, they're going to say was tipped. And Atwood just had to hit this one over. That one's also tipped at the net. As this hit there by Oakley is going to be saved by Franklin as Atwood will just hit that one over. Oakley's going to get another chance at it, this time in the middle. A tip saved by Archer. Hit up by Lehman for McKelvey. Leah's hit is going to be saved by Oakley. This time is set by Archer for Atwood this time. It's saved by Oakley. barely, and Oakley will not get to it. Lady Red get the point, and they bring this lead back to 5, 23-18 in this first set. Lady Red on a bit of a run here. Let's see if they can continue it. Danny back to serve for the Lady Red. Good serve there, received by the Plainsman. Hit there goes right in between McKelvey and Atwood. So that's going to be a point for the Plainsmen, and they are at set point number 1. Weiser back to serve for the Plainsmen. Her serve is up, and it is low, and diving reception by Highland as Lehman will just hit that one over, but it goes back over to the Plainsman side as McKelvey hit that one over. Okay, now it's Franklin to Highland to Atwood. That one's going to be saved by Oakley. That spike there by McKelvey is going to fall, as that one was kind of just going back and forth everywhere. He's kind of having a hard time commentating on that one, but the only thing you need to know is that was a Lady Red point, as this is now going to be set point number 2, and the Lady Red are coming back in this one. As Franklin now comes out and Turner comes in for the Lady Red in the front row, and Atwood is back to serve. Parker's serve is up, and it's received by the Plainsman. Set here for a middle spike. That one's going to fall as that one kind of slingshots its way over the net by Johnson. Oakley is going to take set 1, 25-19. Start of the second set here. Lady Red lost the first one, 25-19 against Oakley. And they're looking to turn this one around, set 2 to force a set 3. But regardless, both teams are going to make their way into the Final Four here, as both the Plainsmen and the Lady Red are 2-0. The other teams are 0-3 and 1-2 respectively. So we might see Oakley again later in this tournament. But on the floor now for the Lady Red in the front row is going to be number 11, 12, and 13, Atwood, Iflin, and Nixon. And in the back row is going to be Highland, Tatum Rentschler, and Franklin. Carper is going to be back to serve for the Lady Red to start out the second set. Serve is received by the Plainsmen. Middle set here is going to be tipped by Lady Red blockers. Hit the ceiling, and Atwood will just have to send that one over. And that one is tipped a little bit. There's a joust at the net there, won by Atwood. And this one's going to stay on Oakley's side. Dig by Highland, set by Atwood for Nixon. Zoe's hit's going to be saved by the Plainsmen. Middle set here by Kratz. That one's going to fall as Franklin couldn't quite get to that one in time. And Oakley opens off set 1 with the first point. Ritter is back to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's hit is going to go a little awkwardly off of Weiser's hands, so Zoe will get the kill, and the Lady Red will get their first point, and it'll tie this game up as she'll come out, and McKelvey will come in the front row. Highland back to serve. Serve there is received by the Plainsmen. Set here on the outside. That hit there by Hodges is going to go way outside, so the Lady Red are going to get the point and will get the lead in this second set, as Highland will retain the serve. Serve there is received by the Plainsman. Set here for outside on the opposite side. Franklin cannot quite get to that one. Or, sorry, she couldn't quite save it. So that will be a Plainsman point, and they'll tie this game back up. This time back to serve for the Plainsman is going to be Hodges. Her serve is up, and it is received by Iflin. Set or hit up by Tatum for McKelvey. Leah's hit there, saved by Oakley. As a middle set here is going to fall, and Franklin will save that one, but it'll go back over to Oakley's side, as this time it'll be another Oakley swing saved after he's being tipped at the net. And that one there just hit over by McKelvey, but they're going to call 4 hits? I don't know about that one. And yeah, they're gonna replay the point. That one was not 4 hits. So it'll result in no one's point, and Hodges will be back to serve once again. Her serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for McKelvey on the outside. Leah's hit is going to be hard and go out of bounds after being saved by Oakley, but it wasn't really saved, so that'll be a Lady Red point. A couple substitutions now, as Iflin's going to come out and Archer's going to come in for the Lady Red in the back row. And in the front row, Tatum is going to come in, or sorry, Lehman's going to come in and Tatum's going to come out. Danny back to serve for the Lady Red. Serve is up, and it looks high as that one is received by the Plainsman. Middle set here is just going to be tipped, and Danny cannot quite get to that one. So it's going to be a Plainsman point as a substitution made. It looks like Krotz came out and Johnson came in for the Plainsman. Back to serve now is Carmen. Her serve barely makes its way over the net. I don't know. I think that one went through the net, actually. But it's going to be an ace for Oakley and a point for them as well, as the lead is, as the score is now 4-3, Oakley. Carmen's serve is up once again. That one is high, saved by Highland as Atwood passed that one to McKelvey. McKelvey giving the Plainsman a free ball here. Middle set. That one's hard, but dug by Highland. Set by Archer for McKelvey. Leah's hit blocked by the Plainsman. That hit there is just going to be hit over. Oakley gets a free ball. Tap up here is that one's going to be a joust at the net. And they're going to say that Emerson was into the net. So it's going to be a Plainsman point. Carmen still with the serve for Oakley. Serve is received by Highland, set by Archer for McKelvey. That one's not even going to make its way over, and that's going to fall on the Lady Red side, and that's going to be another point. As the Lady Red now are down 3, scores 6-3 in this second set after Oakley won the first. Carmen back to serve for the Plainsmen. Her serve is received by Highland, set by Archer for Atwood in the middle. Her hit is hard, and it's down in the back corner. So that will be a kill for the Lady Red, and a strong hit by Parker Atwood. Substitution now as Turner Rentschler's going to come in for Franklin in the front row, and Atwood's going to be back to serve after that kill. Parker's serve is up, and it's received by the Plainsman. Back set here on the outside. That hit there, tipped at the net. Danny, I think, was thinking that someone else was going to get there, and Highland cannot quite get there in time, so that will be a point for the Oakley. Substitution now. Atwood came out of the game, and Ochoa came into the game for the Lady Red here. Back to serve is Weiser for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Turner, set by Archer for Turner. That is a hard spike falling right at the feet of Hodges, and the Lady Red are going to get another point as Highland's going to come out and Nixon's going to replace her in the front row. McKelvey back to serve for the Lady Red. Leah's serve is up, and it is not over the net, as that's going to be a Plainsman point. Highland's going to come back into the game for McKelvey, and back to serve for the Plainsman is going to be Kuhlman. Her serve is received a little awkwardly by Ochoa, and this was just going to be a back row hit by Turner. But that one's saved awkwardly by the Plainsman, so that's going to be a Lady Red point. Couple substitutions made once again for the Lady Red, as Archer is going to come out and Iflin's going to come in on the front row. Meanwhile, in the back row, Lehman's going to come out and Tatum's going to come in. Tatum's serve is up, and it is good as it goes over. That one received by the Plainsman. Spike there is going to go way outside and is going to be a Lady Red point. Lady Red now bring this lead back to 1, 8-7 in the second set. Tatum once again with the serve. Serve there received a little wonky by Oakley, so they'll just have to tip that one over. Diving save by Tatum and Ochoa, and they'll just have to get that one over. So a little free ball here for the Plainsmen, blocked at the net by Iflin and Nixon. And the Lady Red are going to tie this game up at 8 in this second set. Tatum still with the serve. Her serve is up and it's over, and it's received by the Plainsmen. Set here for a bit of a middle strike. That one tipped and saved by Tatum. Set by Iflin for Nixon. Zoe's hit saved by the Plainsmen. Quick set over by Oakley. Highland was right there, and Tatum sets it for Turner. Turner's hit curves a little bit, and that one is going to be in. So the Lady Red get the lead here, 9-8 in this second set. Lady Red on fire right now, as Tatum will still be back to serve. Her serve is received by the Plainsmen. As a back set here for outside. That tip there is going to fall right in between Tatum and Iflin, but none of them can get there. So that will be a Plainsman point. Back to serve for the Plainsmen is going to be Johnson. Her serve is not even going to make it over. It's going to run right into the net. So the Lady Red will get the point and the lead back. So make a couple of subs here. Turner is going to come out, and Franklin's going to come in for the Lady Red. And Ochoa is going to come out, and Atwood's going to come in the front row. Franklin is back to serve. Serve is up, and it is high, and that one is out off the back line. A little too strong by Carper. Will result in a Plainsman point. Ritter to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for Nixon in the middle. Zoe's hit is going to be saved by Oakley, and they'll just have to hit that one over. The tip there is barely saved by Atwood, as Atwood's going to get a swing at it, and that one's going to be stuffed at the net by Krotz, and that's going to be a Plainsman point as Oakley gets the lead back in the second set, 11-10. Both teams pass double digits. Ritter's serve is up, and it's barely over the net, as I think she had a bit of a, that one was a little lucky, but it'll be a Plainsman point as she's back once again to serve. Serve is received by Highland, a little wonky, hit up by Tatum for Nixon. Zoe's hit there, easily saved in the back row by Oakley. Outside set there is tipped by the Lady Red blockers, but will fall on the Lady Red side. Oakley opening up this lead once again, a 3-point lead for him. Lady Red need to side out here and get the serve back, as Ritter's serve is received by Highland, hit up by Tatum for Atwood. Atwood's hit not even going to make it over the net. Lady Red now down 4, desperately needing the side out. Ritter still retaining the serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Atwood up badly, and that one's going to go back onto the stage where I'm at. And Oakley's going to get the point as they go out to a 5-point lead, 15-10 here in this second set. Oakley leading against the Lady Red. Coming out of this timeout, Lady Red are down by 5 in this second set, 15-10. They lost the first set. I believe it was 25-18 if I remember. So they need the side out here. They need to get some points back. Ritter back to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Atwood. Set by Tatum for Atwood again. That hit there is going to find the back line and that one's going to fall for the Lady Red. As Nixon's going to come out, and McKelvey is going to replace her in the front row. Back to serve now is the libero Highland for the Lady Red. Lily's serve is up, and it's received by Oakley. Back set here for an outside swing. That one is going to be out. Lady Red get another point, and they close this lead back down to 3. Score 15-12 in the second set. Lady Red still coming back, but will have the serve. Lily's serve is up, and it's not going to make it over, so that's going to be a Plainsman point. Hodges is going to be back to serve for Oakley. Her serve is up, and it is received by Franklin. It'll go back over on the Plainsman side, and that one was tipped back down, but they're going to, and Tatum saved it, but they called a lift on her, so it's going to be another Plainsman point. As Hodges is still retaining the serve. Her serve is low, and it's received by Franklin, set up by Highland for McKelvey, but that hit will be saved by Oakley. This hit up for a back row hit, hard back row hit, but saved by Franklin, as Tatum will hit that one up for Atwood. Atwood's hit rolls over the net and will make it over. This time another back row hit by Oakley, once again saved by Franklin, and Atwood will once again hit it back over, as this one here hit up by Oakley. Tip, saved by Atwood. This tip down by Weiser is going to fall, and the Plainsmen get another point after that long volley. Lady Red need to side out here and get some more points on the board. Hodges still with the serve. Serve is received by Highland, set by Tatum for Atwood, but they're going to say Atwood's hit was out. And they're going to call Oakley into the net on that one. So Lady Red do end up getting the point here, and they'll make a couple substitutions, as Archer is going to come in for Ifland, and Lehman is going to come in for Tatum in the front row. Danny back to serve for the Lady Red. Score is 18-13 in the second set. Lady Red down by 5. Danny's serve is up, and it is received by the Plainsmen. Middle set here. Spike is tipped by Lady Red blockers, saved by Highland, set by Archer for Atwood. Atwood's hit blocked by Oakley, and that one will fall out of bounds on the Lady Red side. So the Lady Red get another point. They close this lead down to 4, 18-14 in the second set. Archer still with the serve. Serve is up, and it is received by the Plainsmen. A little awkwardly, though. That one will be a bit of a light hit, saved by Highland, set by Franklin for Atwood. Parker's hit, saved by Oakley after being tipped at the net. That set there is going to be off Lady Red blockers, but stay on the Lady Red side as McKelvey will hit that one over, giving the Plainsmen a free ball. Back set here on an outside hit, not going to go over, and that's going to be a Lady Red point as they close this lead down to 3, and they're on a bit of a run here. We just need to keep this one going. Archer still retaining the serve. Serve is received by the Plainsmen. Set for an outside shot, and that one is saved by Oakley as they send that one back over. Leah's hit this time, saved by Oakley, but it gets saved a little too hard, and it'll end up back on the Lady Red side, go out of bounds. So the Lady Red down by just 2. And Oakley is going to call a timeout. Lady Red down by 2, like I just said. 18-16 in the second set. Lady Red trying to force a set 3. Coming out of this timeout, Lady Red down by just 2 in the second set, 18-16. On the floor for the Lady Red in the front row is going to be Lehman, Atwood, and McKelvey. In the back row is going to be Franklin, Highland, and Archer. Archer back to serve for the Lady Red. Danny's serve is up, and it is good as it's received by Oakley. Back set here for a middle hit. That one tipped. Saved by Lehman and by Franklin. Hard hit there by Highland. Went the wrong way. So that's going to be a Plainsman point. Carmen, the libero, back to serve for the Lady Red. Her serve is up, and it is received by Highland, set by Archer. Back set for Atwood on the outside. Her hit there saved by Oakley. As this time here, that hit by Weiser is going to be saved by Parker, but go off the ceiling hard and fall straight down on the court. And that's going to be a Plainsman point as they just eclipsed 20 in this second set. Carmen still with the serve. Barely makes its way over. Atwood tried to get to it, and that one cannot be saved by the Lady Red, as that is going to be another Plainsman point. Carmen once again back to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Highland, set by Archer for McKelvey. Leah's hit's not going to go over, and that's going to be 4 hits on the Lady Red. Oakley opening up this lead once again. Lady Red need to side out and go on a huge run if they want any chance to win this game. Carmen still with the serve. It's received by Highland, set by Archer for McKelvey in the middle. Leah's hit's going to be out, just barely past the back line. And it's going to be another Plainsman point as the lead is now 7, 23-16 in the second set. Oakley leading. Carmen still with the serve. Serve is received by Highland, back set by Archer for Atwood. That one saved by Oakley. This hit up here is going to be a little awkward and land on the Lady Red side, but out of bounds. So the Lady Red get the side out and get the point. As the substitution's made here, Turner Rentschler is going to come in for Franklin in the front row. Back to serve for the Lady Red is going to be Atwood. Parker's serve is up, and it is over, and it's received by Oakley. High set there for an outside shot is going to fall right in front of her, right in front of Parker. And that's going to be a Plainsman point, and it's going to be set and match point number 1. Substitution now for the Lady Red as Atwood comes out and Ochoa comes in the back row. Weiser back to serve for the Plainsmen. Serve is received by Ochoa. It'll go right back over to the Plainsman side. A joust at the net between Kuhlman and Archer is going to result in a Plainsman point. Oakley won the first set 25-18, I believe, and then they just won the second set 25-17. So Oakley is going to end up being the number 1 seed coming out of our pool. We're going to be the number 2 seed. So we will be heading over now to the high school to play the number 1 seed in the other pool, which is either going to be TMP or Norton. So the final 4 is going to be Smith Center, Oakley, TMP, and Norton, and they are going to be fighting for a chance at a league championship. Even though the Lady Red lost this one, they are not out yet. So let's see if they can regroup and come back and win a league championship.